Being the best isn't all it's cracked up to be. When you have power, you become arrogant and isolated from the world, no matter how coveted and sought after you are in the beginning. Like I said before, appearances and preconceptions aren't going to tell you anything. For instance, you've made the mistake of assuming I'm a patient man. You overestimate your own abilities, with no idea of the depth of my own. And look at you now, groveling in the dirt, obsessed with the organization, obsessed with the clan, obsessed with our lineage. A worthless compulsion that enslaves us. All it does is limit our capabilities. And that in turn leads us to fear what you don't understand. I have had enough of this. There's no hope left for this pathetic clan. The people of this clan are all the same. You focus on the trivial and lose sight of what's most important. Change is impossible in this fog of ignorance. How can we evolve when regulation is the only thing we've ever known? Each of us lives, dependent and bound by our individual knowledge and our awareness. All that is what we call reality. However, both knowledge and awareness are equivocal. One's reality might be another's illusion. We all live inside our own fantasies. You don't understand me. You don't even understand yourself. You're just a thug who got lost in the mist and ended up here. You can't even control where you're going. Am I wrong? No one who dares to raise their hand against a comrade ever dies a decent death. Remember that. No matter who you are, you do not truly know what kind of man you've become until you reach the very end. One realizes one's true nature at the moment of death. Don't you think that's what death is about? Don't try to do everything by yourself. You are stronger than before. You have much more power, but as a result, you seem to have lost sight of something extremely important. You just said, everyone who cares about you helped you get where you are. If you forget about everyone else because you now have power, you'll become arrogant and egotistical. However powerful you are, don't take it all on yourself, because if you do, you will surely fail. Becoming Hokage isn't about getting people to acknowledge you. Only those already acknowledged will ever become Hokage. Never forget your friends. I tried to do everything myself too, and I failed. And you understand the pain of the dead who are forced to fight. Pain of the living's even greater than theirs is. After recovering from their grief and sadness, your jutsu has stirred up those feelings again. It's fine to imitate someone you respect, but don't remake yourself into him to that extent. Such behavior is just a process to help one mature. Don't use it as a cloak to deceive yourself like you've done. If you've attached your self-value to something external to you, even something admirable and praiseworthy, then you gain nothing. I'll say this one last time. Don't mislead yourself with lies. Those who cannot acknowledge themselves will invariably fail. Your fate may be in my hands now, but only you can truly decide how that fate shapes your destiny. Remember all that I've told you. You have to think hard. He who forgives himself and acknowledges his true self is the most powerful of all. He reminds me of the old me. He thinks by getting everything, he can accomplish whatever he wants to. And he makes himself believe that he can't fail, even if that really amounts to lying to himself. I stopped listening to what anyone else said, and I stopped letting myself trust anybody. In his case, so deluded that he thinks all of these powers are his and his alone. I understand him too well. But he can't forgive himself or accept himself for what he truly is. It's clear that what he's doing is wrong, but he's not completely to blame for not realizing that. My chance has passed me by, but he can still forgive himself. It may be that a perfect being does not exist at all in the whole world. Sometimes two people who appear to be complete opposites are actually two sides of the same coin and can only succeed when they work together. Look at me and find in yourself what I couldn't find in me. However, do not ever say that I was perfect. First off, I should have acknowledged and appreciated myself for the person I was. If I'd just done that, I never would have had to lie to anyone. To myself or to you. If you lie to yourself, how can you have friends or be trustworthy? In the end, All these lies will keep you from seeing your true self. I have always lied to you and asked for your forgiveness while keeping you at a distance, because I wanted to keep you out of this. But now, I think that perhaps you could have changed Father, Mother, and the rest of the Uchiha as well. If I had only come to you from the start, looked straight into your eyes and told you the truth, then I wouldn't have to stand before you as a failure, telling you all of this. But I want to impart at least this much truth to you. You don't ever have to forgive me. And whatever you do from here on out, know this. No matter what, I will love you always. My foolish little brother.